Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Chesa, the girl, your one and only girl who gives you clarity on everything concerning visually impaired persons. Whew, I'm back. My voice is back, and I'm so happy. And today I'm gonna tell you about my social gathering experience. Yo, I've had so many great experiences in public places, various public places where I usually get assisted very quickly. People are so kind and generous out there. They're so genuine. Every time they see me, they want to help me. And that has been most of the experience that I got. But there's this other place where it's like a social gathering that I normally go to every time when I'm back home, and definitely we are from the December holidays. So my girl is back home. And when the girl is back home, she definitely has to go to the social gathering because that's part of the routine at home to say, on this particular day, I go to that social gathering and then come back. So as part of the routine, we have to keep to the routine because the routine is comfortable. The routine it's normal. It's a normal thing. And definitely, like a norm that it is, I went to that social gathering and I used to go there, but and this behavior has been going on for like a very long time, but then I never took it to heart, or never thought of it as something that's bad. I've never thought of it that way. I just thought it's people being curious. So every time when I'm back and I go to that social gathering, there's a particular place where I like to sit, and I definitely love to sit at the corner of everything. Where when I stand up, I don't have to be saying, I'm sorry to pass through people because I'm like the only visually impaired person there. It's like social gathering where most people there are sighted people. So I love sitting at the corner, close to the door. That when I have to go back home, it's just a quick out, J, with no hassle. And also, I love to sit there because at times you find that my cane is stuck and then I can't fold it there, and then I just leave it as it is unfolded. So it's much better to be by the corner. And so every time when I'm back and I go and sit there, at times I arrive late, I will arrive in fashionably late people. That's me. I've always been like that, even when I was sighted. You'll say, let's arrive, Kawan. Minaka 1:30, I'm getting out of the gates. Kawan, I'm thinking, what are we going to wear? I can't find my shoe. So that has been me in most cases. And when I get there, you find that I find a person sitting on the next chair to the chair that I usually sit at. And every time when I sit, the person, and then you find that we stand up and people are dancing and everything. And then when we sit, I find myself alone. The person has moved away. And to me, it never registered. But on this particular day, there's a particular day when I was there, it happened and I noticed and it registered to say, this has been going on for so long. I understand that people might be curious to say, how do this particular person live? I don't want to sit next to her. And I've always been so curious of people who are visually impaired, and they say, man, I don't love walking around with my cane. I would rather have a sighted guide than to walk around by myself with my cane. And I've always been curious, why don't you want to walk with your cane? And I think it's because at times the cane feels like a label. And it feels like a label when you find people in social gatherings who don't only who are not only curious, but they treat you and make you feel unwelcomed. Like that particular day, I felt so unwelcomed in that particular gathering, and I was like, I should have stayed home. I should have stayed home. I should have just spent my day at home. It would have been much better to be at home than to come out and be out here, which is somehow good for my mental health, because one cannot stay in one place for a very long time and not get drained. So I was like, it's much better to stay at home and not go out, because it feels like I'm being judged for something that I didn't choose. And if you are one of the people who, when you are around a visually impaired person, you don't treat them nice, you are not considerate of their feelings and how they feel, and you treat them like they are less of human than they are because they're not sighted. You better change your ways, because you don't know what that particular person is going through. You don't know the experience they're having with the loss of their sight, or living as a visually impaired person entirely. You don't know that. And if you are part of the sighted people who treat people in a nasty way, and you like, nah, I hate blind people, I don't want blind people near me, I hate blind people. That thing is, it's so painful, because it's not like we choose to be blind. It's not like we were like, from of all the things that we could have chosen, we're like, I mean, I would rather not see. It's not like that. It's something that happened along life's journey, and something that we have to continue the rest of our lives living with, and try to find ways to live a much better and happier life with it. And if you're part of those people, you're making it hard for us. But then shout out to all those people who are out there and they treat people nice. And every time when they see a person trying to cross the road, they're like, come, let me help you cross the road. Come, let me just be there for you and help you with this life journey, with this experience of your life as a visually impaired person, to be quite easy. Because at time there's a lot of visually impaired people. There's people that I personally know who deserve to be walking with canes, but then they like, I am not coming. I'm not gonna be using a cane anyway, because if I start using it, people are gonna stigmatize me. People are gonna label me. People are gonna gossip about me. People this, people that, people that. And you know that there's no person who is an island. We have to live with people, whether disabled, any form of disability, whether you don't have any form of disability. We have to live together, because together we stand, divided we fall. That's what they say. They say. And it's so painful to kind of experience that after a long time, that I haven't experienced that. And I understand, because I've only been experiencing life as a visually impaired person for close to 3 years. And in the first year and a half, I was not using a cane, so people were not like quite sure if I'm blind or not, because I did not have a cane. But now they are sure that I Agaboni, this one does not see, um because of the cane. But then that does not give you um the power to see me less of a human than I am. Whether it's a person who uses a cane, whether it's a person on a wheelchair, whether it's any form, any kind of disability, those people, you should see the abilities they do with those form of disabilities that they have. And it's so painful to kind of see that happening to me and basically to other people, because I'm sure that that is not only my experience, that is not the only experience I had. And definitely I'm not the only one experiencing this. And some people be asking me to say, there's not a lot of people who are blind, they're there. Be sure they're there. They're just afraid to come out and say, "Nah, I'm living with a form of disability of being visually impaired," or "I'm living with this kind of disability," because they're afraid of the stigma that comes with revealing the disability that one lives with on a daily basis. And it's so painful. And that's there's nothing I at this particular point can do, because I live with people who are very curious. People around my home where I live, they're very curious, and then they're afraid of me. They say I have a scary face. They say I have a scary face. So they can't face me and ask question of things that they have. And when they do that, what they do is they distance themselves, as if being disabled or living with visual impairment is contagious, which is not. It's not like if you sit next to me, it's not like if you assist me, it's not like if I touch you, you are also gonna be blind. It's not like that. It just happens to people when God allows it to. And God knows that if I allow this person to experience the rest of their life with this form of disability, they'll be able to handle the pain that comes with it. But you should not be the other factor that inflicts pain on those particular people who are already living with that, with the pain of losing sight. So I just wanted to tell you my experience in that social gathering. And even today, I'm still discouraged to go to that social gathering. I will go. I'll definitely go. I won't be like, I'm not gonna go no more. What? I will go, and I will try to teach people how they should behave, because uh, to them it's a new thing, which is also to me a new thing. And if one does not understand a thing, they should ask and try to do some research and know about those particular things, because it's part of the most said things about uh being disabled, living with disability. And just because one is living with disability does not mean they are not able to do anything, and does not mean that they have to be stereotyped, they have to be put under one class of people who stink, or people who don't deserve to be in this particular place. Because it also goes back to racism and human rights. Like I have the right to be in that social gathering, but I feel like my rights were violated by people who, when they look at me, they feel like this person does not deserve to be here. It's only us who deserve to be here, which is not right. So if you are out there and you do those things, please change your ways. Change your ways for the betterment of yourself and others. For the betterment of yourself and others, because we don't know what the future holds for us. And you'll find that the future holds something very different with you, very different for you. And you find that the person that you say, I don't want to sit next to, I don't want to live with, will be your child, will be your nephew, would be you even. And you find yourself in a situation where you have to experience life with another form of disability that you actually said you hated. But then that's all for me today. See you next week. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and definitely subscribe. Make sure that you ring the bell there, so that every time when I upload a video, you get a notification. I love you. See you next week. Ciao.